Last episode, Emma found herself saying yes to the most unexpected request of her life, becoming Alex Chen's fake girlfriend. What started as a simple tutoring session had turned into something far more complicated, and now she could not stop wondering what exactly she had gotten herself into. Emma stared at her reflection in her dorm room mirror, trying to calm the butterflies that had taken up permanent residence in her stomach since yesterday. It was Thursday afternoon, and Alex would be arriving any minute for their first official tutoring session. "It is just tutoring," she told herself firmly, adjusting her soft lavender sweater for the third time. "The fake girlfriend thing is separate. This is just math." But even as she thought it, she knew she was lying to herself. Nothing about Alex Chen felt simple anymore. A knock at her door made her jump slightly. She took a deep breath, smoothed down her hair, and opened it to find Alex standing in the hallway with his calculus textbook and what looked like a peace offering. "Is that boba?" Emma asked, eyeing the 2 cups in his hands. "Taro for you, brown sugar for me," Alex said with a smile that seemed a little nervous. "I figured after agreeing to be my fake girlfriend, you deserved all the boba in the world." Emma felt her heart do that fluttery thing again. "How did you know I like taro?" "Lucky guess," Alex said, but there was something in his expression that suggested it had not been a guess at all. "Can I come in?" "Of course." Emma stepped aside, very aware of how small her dorm room felt with Alex in it. He seemed to fill up the space with his presence, all warm energy and that cologne that made her thoughts scatter. Alex looked around her room with obvious curiosity, taking in the neat rows of textbooks, the equations scrawled on her whiteboard, the string lights casting everything in a warm, cozy glow. "This is very you," he said, and Emma could not tell if that was a compliment or not. "Is that good or bad?" "Good," Alex said firmly, setting down his textbook on her desk. "It is peaceful. I like it." Emma felt a warm glow at his words. "My roommate is at class, so we should have a few hours of quiet." "Perfect." Alex settled into her desk chair, and Emma tried not to notice how good he looked in her space. "So, Professor Walsh, where do we start?" "Well," Emma said, pulling up her second chair, "I thought we could begin with some basic review. Get a sense of where you are before we dive into the more complex stuff." "Sounds reasonable." Alex opened his textbook, and Emma caught a glimpse of his notes in the margins. His handwriting was confident and bold, very different from her own precise script. "Okay, let us start with something simple," Emma said, pulling out a piece of paper. "Basic derivatives. What is the derivative of x cubed?" "3x squared," Alex answered promptly. "Good. And 2x squared?" "4x." Emma nodded approvingly. "Okay, you have got the basics down. What about the derivative of e to the x?" Alex paused, his brow furrowing slightly. E to the x?" "Right. The exponential function is its own derivative. What about natural log of x?" Alex rubbed the back of his neck, looking embarrassed. "I honestly have no idea." "It is okay," Emma said gently. "That is what we are here for. The derivative of natural log of x is 1 over x. She wrote it out on paper, very aware of how Alex was watching her hands move. There was something almost intimate about the way he was paying attention, like he was studying more than just the mathematics. "You have really neat handwriting," Alex said suddenly. Emma looked up, surprised. "What?" "Your handwriting. It is very precise. Like you." Emma felt heat rise in her cheeks. Thank you?" "It is a compliment," Alex said softly, and there was something in his voice that made her pulse quicken. "I like precise." They stared at each other for a moment, the air between them feeling charged with something Emma could not quite name. Then Alex seemed to shake himself back to the present. "Sorry, I'm supposed to be learning calculus, not admiring your penmanship." "It is fine," Emma said, though her voice came out slightly breathless. Let us try some practice problems." They worked through several examples, and Emma found herself genuinely impressed by how quickly Alex picked things up once he understood the underlying concepts. He was actually quite smart, she realized. He just had not had anyone explain things in a way that made sense to him. "You are really good at this," Alex said, after successfully solving a particularly tricky problem. "Teaching, I mean. You make it seem so logical." "It is logical," Emma said with a smile. "That is the beauty of math. Everything follows rules. Once you understand the rules, you can solve anything." "I wish life was that simple," Alex said, and there was something wistful in his voice. Emma looked at him curiously. "What do you mean?" Alex was quiet for a moment, his pencil tapping against the desk. "I do not know. Sometimes I feel like everyone else got a rule book for how to navigate the world, and I am just making it up as I go along." "Alex," Emma said gently, "everyone feels like that sometimes. Trust me." "Even you? Miss, I have my entire life color-coded and organized?" Emma laughed, but it was a soft sound. "Especially me. You think I organize everything because I have it all figured out? I organize everything because I am terrified of chaos." Alex looked at her with something like surprise. "Really? Really?" Emma confirmed. "All those lists and schedules and plans, they are not because I am confident. They are because I am scared of what happens if I do not have them." "Scared of what?" Emma hesitated, not sure why she was sharing this with someone she had only just met. But there was something about Alex that made her want to be honest. "Scared of being lost," she said quietly. "Scared of not knowing what comes next. Scared of not being good enough." Alex was quiet for a long moment, studying her face. "Emma, you are kidding, right? You are brilliant. You are kind. You are..." He paused, seeming to search for words. "You are definitely good enough." Emma felt something warm and fluttery in her chest at his words. "You do not really know me, Alex." "I know enough," he said firmly. "I know you helped a stranger in the library even when he was rude to you. I know you agreed to help me with one of the most ridiculous requests ever made. I know you explain calculus like it is the most beautiful thing in the world." "It is beautiful," Emma said softly. "See? That is what I mean. You find beauty in everything. Even in math." Emma felt her breath catch at the way he was looking at her, like she was something precious and rare. "What about you?" she asked, needing to shift the focus away from the intensity of his gaze. "What are you scared of?" Alex's expression shifted, becoming more guarded. "That is a complicated question. Try me." Alex was quiet for a long moment, and Emma thought he might not answer. Then quietly he said, "I am scared of not being enough." "Enough for what?" "For anyone," Alex said, his voice barely above a whisper. "For my family, for my friends, for someone I care about." Emma's heart clenched at the vulnerability in his voice. "Alex, I know how I come across," he continued, not meeting her eyes. "Confident, charming, like I have everything figured out. But the truth is, I am just trying really hard to be what everyone expects me to be." "What do you expect you to be?" Alex looked up at her then, and there was something raw in his expression. "I do not know." That is the problem. Emma felt an overwhelming urge to reach out and comfort him, but she was not sure if she should. Instead, she said quietly, "Maybe that is okay. Maybe not knowing is part of figuring it out. Is that what you tell yourself when you are scared?" "Sometimes," Emma admitted, "when the color-coded lists do not help." Alex smiled then, a real smile, not the practiced charm she was used to seeing. "We are quite a pair, are we not? The overplanner and the people-pleaser. Is that what you are? A people-pleaser?" "Among other things," Alex said with a self-deprecating laugh. "It is easier than disappointing people." "But what do you want, Alex? Not what your family wants, not what your friends wants. What do you want?" Alex stared at her for a long moment, and Emma felt like he was seeing something in her face that she was not even aware of showing. "I want," he started, then stopped. "I want to feel like myself with someone, like I do not have to perform or pretend or be anything other than who I am." "And how do you know when you have found that?" I think you just know," Alex said softly. "Like when you are doing calculus. You know when the answer is right." Emma felt her pulse quicken at the way he was looking at her, like she might be the answer to some equation he had been trying to solve. "Alex," she said carefully, "about this fake girlfriend thing. What about it? I want to make sure we are on the same page. About what this is." Alex's expression became more serious. "What do you mean?" "I mean, we are pretending, right? For your family. It is not real." "Right," Alex said, but something flickered across his face. "Of course it is not real." "Good," Emma said, though she was not entirely sure why the confirmation made her feel slightly disappointed. "I just wanted to make sure we both understood the boundaries." "Boundaries are good," Alex agreed. "Smart." They stared at each other for a moment, and Emma could not shake the feeling that they were both lying about something. "So," Alex said, clearing his throat, "what exactly does this fake girlfriend thing entail? I mean, what do I need to know?" Emma laughed, grateful for the change of subject. "You are asking me? You are the one who came up with this plan." "True, but you are the one who has to pull it off. What do we need to know about each other?" "Good point," Emma said, pulling out a fresh sheet of paper. "Okay, let us think about this logically. What would a real girlfriend know about you? Basic facts, I guess. Where I am from, what I study, what I like to do." "Right. So you are from?" "San Francisco. My family owns 3 restaurants there. I study business, obviously. I like..." Alex paused, thinking. "I like reading, actually, and hiking, and really good coffee." Emma wrote it all down, her organized mind automatically creating a neat list. "Okay, my turn. I am from a small town in Oregon. I study math. I like books, quiet places, and solving puzzles." "What kind of books?" "All kinds. But I have a weakness for romance novels." Alex raised an eyebrow. "Really? The practical math major reads romance?" Emma felt her cheeks warm. "Do not look so surprised. Everyone needs a little fantasy in their life." "I am not judging," Alex said quickly. "I am just trying to picture you reading steamy love scenes." "Alex," Emma laughed, covering her face with her hands. Sorry, Alex said, but he was grinning. "I just think it is cute. You are full of surprises, Emma Walsh." "I am really not," Emma protested. "I am probably the most predictable person you will ever meet." "I see. That is where you are wrong," Alex said. leaning forward slightly. Yesterday, you surprised me by being brilliant. Today, you surprised me by being vulnerable. Tomorrow, who knows what I will discover? Emma felt her heart skip at the implication that there would be many tomorrows of discovery. "What about you?" she asked. "What would surprise people about Alex Chen?" Alex considered this. "I do not know. I write poetry sometimes." "Really? Do not sound so shocked," Alex said with a laugh. "I am not completely without depth. I am not shocked, I am impressed. Will you show me some of it?" "Absolutely not," Alex said immediately. "It is terrible. Like genuinely awful. I doubt that." "Emma, I once rhymed love with dove and above in the same stanza. It was a crime against literature." Emma burst out laughing. "Okay, that is pretty bad. Thank you for your honesty," Alex said dryly, but he was smiling. Their phones buzzed simultaneously, and Emma glanced down to see a text from her study group. "Oh no," she said. "I completely forgot I have a study group in 20 minutes. "Right," Alex said, starting to pack up his books. "I should probably let you go." "Wait," Emma said, surprising herself. "What about Saturday? The dinner with your grandmother?" "Right. Are you sure you are still okay with this? I know it is asking a lot." "I am sure," Emma said, though she felt a flutter of nerves. "But we should probably practice? I mean, make sure we can sell this convincingly." "Practice being a couple," Alex said slowly. "Right. We should know each other's preferences, how we met, how long we have been dating, that sort of thing." "Good thinking," Alex said. "Very thorough. I like to be prepared." "I have noticed," Alex said with a warm smile. "It is one of the things I really like about you." Emma felt that fluttery feeling again. "So, Saturday morning? We could meet for coffee and rehearse?" "It is a date," Alex said, then seemed to catch himself. "I mean, it is a fake date, a practice date." "Right," Emma said, though something in her chest tightened at the correction. "A practice date." Alex gathered his things and headed toward the door, but he paused with his hand on the handle. "Emma?" "Yeah. Thank you. For all of this. The tutoring, the fake girlfriend thing. I know it is a lot to ask of someone you barely know." "It is okay," Emma said softly. "Besides, I am starting to think I do not know you as little as I thought I did." Alex's expression grew thoughtful. "What do you mean?" "I mean, you are not what I expected. When I first saw you in the library, I thought you were just another charming guy who was used to getting his way. But you are more than that." "More how?" Emma bit her lip, trying to find the right words. "You are real. Underneath all that confidence, you are just as uncertain as the rest of us. And that is..." She paused, surprised by her own boldness. "That is actually kind of wonderful." Alex stared at her for a long moment, something intense and unreadable in his expression. "Emma, He started to say something, then stopped, shaking his head slightly. "What?" Emma asked. "Nothing," Alex said, but his voice was softer than usual. "I will see you Saturday morning?" "Saturday morning," Emma confirmed. Alex opened the door, then paused again. "Emma? For what it is worth, you are not what I expected either. Is that good or bad?" Alex's smile was gentle and genuine. "That is very, very good." After he left, Emma sank into her desk chair, her heart still racing from their conversation. She stared at the calculus problems they had worked on together, his confident handwriting mixed with her precise notes. This is supposed to be pretend, she reminded herself, Just a fake relationship to help him out. But the way Alex had looked at her when she had called him wonderful, the way he had said she was more than he had expected, that had not felt like pretending. Her phone buzzed with a text from Alex. "Thanks again for today. Looking forward to our practice date on Saturday." Emma stared at the message, her thumb hovering over the keyboard. She typed and deleted several responses before finally settling on, "Me too. Sleep well." His response came almost immediately. "Sweet dreams. Fake girlfriend." Emma smiled despite herself, but as she got ready for her study group, she could not shake the feeling that the line between fake and real was already starting to blur. And the most dangerous part? She was not entirely sure she wanted to keep it clear. Saturday morning could not come fast enough, and yet she found herself hoping it would never arrive. Because once they started practicing being a couple, once they crossed that line into pretending to be something more, Emma had a feeling there would be no going back. Emma and Alex are discovering they're both more than they seem, but can their growing connection survive what's waiting for them at Saturday's family dinner? Don't miss the next episode.